So I've started this PowerPoint with the question, what did we learn yesterday, so that you can engage students in accessing that prior knowledge. And hopefully someone is going to raise their hand and say that yesterday they learned to find missing sides. So you want to tell them the reason why we found missing sides is because we're going to use those numbers to find the area of composite figures. Now you want to mention, you already learned to find the area of composite figures by counting squares. And you maybe even ask, what was something that we noticed when we counted squares? Maybe like this. And hopefully someone will say that you can't just multiply length times width. And also that we divide our shape into two rectangles. So you want to take just a short minute to access that prior knowledge. Today I want to find the area of a shape like this. So notice it doesn't have squares to count, and drawing squares would take too long. Right? So we're going to have to use the numbers, but this is where yesterday's lesson comes in. Not all the numbers are there. We can't do this problem. We can't find the area, which is its whole other thing, until first we figure the missing sides. So the steps that we're going to start with are the same steps as we learned yesterday. We're going to color opposite sides, and we're going to use equations to find missing sides. So this is actually the same shape we did yesterday, right? We colored these purple, we colored these blue, and then we set up equations. 4 plus 7 equals question mark, and question mark plus 3 equals 6. And if you remember yesterday, and this is something you're going to want to go through quickly because you've already spent time on this, right? 4 plus 7 is 11, so this side is 11. And 3 plus 3 is 6, so this missing side is 3. This is something we've already done. And so now we have to do this first, but now we can do what we did before, right? Split it into rectangles and find the area of the rectangles, because we know how to find the area of rectangles. That's length times width. So I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to split this up into two rectangles. Now I can split it this way, or I can split it this way. And you might want to take this moment to ask them quickly, why is it I can't just multiply 6 times 11? Right? And you're looking for answers like, it's not an array, right? It doesn't have equal rows, so you can't just multiply. All right, so let's do step 3. We're going to split it into rectangles. Next, I can find the area of these rectangles and then put them together and get the total area. Now, this is the tricky part that everyone needs to really, really understand. This rectangle has lots of numbers by it. We only want the numbers that are lengths and widths. So like when I look at the shape and I say, oh, there's lots of numbers here, well the 4 is easy. The 4 is the whole length. So I'm going to do 4 times, I want the width. Now there's a 6 here and a 3 here, but the 6 is for this whole side, not this shape. So I'm going to use the 3, which is just this shape. 4 times 3 equals 12. So that's the area of that shape. Now we'll do this shape. I want the whole length. This isn't the whole length. This is just part of the length. So I'm going to use the 11. 11 is the whole length times, again, I have to choose between 6 and 3. I'm going to choose 3 because 6 is that whole side. 11 times 3 is 33. Now I add that together. 12 plus 33 equals 45 square units. And then I'm just going to work with the kids through many, many examples of this problem. Practicing and practicing without taking any shortcuts, all of the steps.